Well, I picked this up earlier today at the flea market. Another flea market find, if you want to call it that. But before I get too involved in this radio that you see before you, let me explain about, for those that do follow me on various social media, that my truck is becoming a piece of crap. I mean, yesterday I fought with the starter getting it off, and I take it to get it tested, and it's freaking fine. So I put it back in, take the battery up there, and this is what concerns me. I mean, the battery is good, but the CCAs is running a little low. So they had that checked out. I picked it up after the flea market and put it in the truck, turned the key, same thing. So I would have actually made a video explaining this, but it's raining right now and I really didn't want to get this camera wet again. But enough of that. Like I said, what you see before you is another flea market find. A Zenith AM-only table radio in avocado green, which may or may not show up well because the lighting here sucks. I'm having to use my lamp right there and whatnot. And like I said, it is AM only. And apparently this was like the designs that they used, that it could have either been a clock radio or a table radio. This one being a table radio. Let's take a look at the back. And it had to have been maybe early 70s because it's solid state only. High voltage inside, do not remove cabinet, blah blah blah. Whatever. 1200ths of an amp. Radio. Made in Hong Kong. And here's the model. It's a model number B-210F. Serial number 2520331. Yeah. Whatever. And there's an interesting story about this. But before I forget, $12.50. A little much, but hey, it's something I wanted. But an interesting story about this. This was in the same booth that had a vintage avocado green made right hand mixer that my mother bought, which I kind of wanted, but what would I do with a hand mixer? Enough, I wouldn't know. But yeah, she saw this and showed it to me, and it's like, if you go back to the flea market, grab it! But since we were going to go to the flea market today anyway, normally I actually browse around and look and see what else I could find, but I went straight for the booth that had this, and it was still here. So it's like, yoink! And there was another thing that I saw that I was intrigued about. There was an 8-track realistic stereo for $10. And if I see that again next week, I'm probably going to grab it. And looking at the clock on this thing, it's going on 3:15, so I'm rambling on too much. So you want to see the show and tell, or see it in action. So here's on. Let me turn off the monitor. There's the speaker. And before I forget, it's probably 70s because on the dial there's no civil defense logos on this, so this had to have been after the whole civil defense thing ended and they chose not to put them on the radio dials anymore. I don't know. Yep, too much interference in this corner.
The head tells the body what to do.
Yeah, when I dry ran this earlier, I got a whole bunch of stations, but like I said, in this corner, can't get squat. I'd show it off a little more, but what is there to show off? It's AM only. And I may do like YouTuber Radio TV Phono Nut and make a little AM transmitter, low power, so at least I can probably test out these vintage AM radios as I get them, because like I said, it's like the only thing on this dial is probably FM simulcasts, or no, let me phrase this, AM simulcasts of FM stations, windbag talk radio, religious programming, sports, and all that stuff. So that's what I want to do. Or at least get a bunch of money, buy a radio station, and bring music back on the AM radio. But that's just my opinion. Well, I'm going to sign this video out of the early 70s Zenith solid-state table radio, model B-210F. I think it's B-210F. Yep, B-210F. I'm Esky, thanks for watching, and the comment box is open.